this is essentially Crystal Maze, the Crystal Maze, but for bodybuilders. I think original S, CITV version like C. Set in the same place. I mean, it's a real prison. It was used as a prison by the French out in the sea. Also, how did the rest of Lenny Tower go?
There's a Smash tournament that is apparently like godly in my PB, so I can't beat that.
Rip.
I think I missed PB by like 7 seconds in the end.
Bang. Ultimate challenge for kids. Friends like these is an Ant and Deck thing where it's kind of like, I want to say there's like some parts where you actually do challenges and the final round is kind of like Mr. and Mrs. where it's like you have to predict what someone will say or not say. But I'm probably gonna actually go no. I remember liking a few episodes I did. A Funhouse. Sure. This is like a game that it took part in essentially like one of those like indoor soft play areas for kids. It was awesome. I'm
going for fearsome.
Watching I'll go 8 here. Okay, oh boy, it's the Generation game. I've watched a little bit of this. It just seems way too random. It's better than Bob's Full House, so I can go B. It's so random. Generation game.
I don't know if I can do this.
Okay, now here's a based one. Get your own.
What'd you say it was?
What's his name? Get your own back.
10 out of 10.
Dave Benson Phillips. Yep, S tier. There was an episode where I think they got Ant and Dec on as the kids were trying to get their own back on. I'm almost certain.
That's actually really funny. Yeah, because it was like normally it was like teachers or their parents or something like that.
Yeah. I'm sure there was. I'm sure there was. No, I could be just imagining it.
I don't know if I can take losing.
Sure there was one. I'm sure there was one episode. List of Get Your Own Back episodes. Like a one-off, like special episode for like children in need or something. I don't know. I'm almost certain though that was an episode.
I believe you. I don't remember it, but I believe you.
But then again, it was on But then again, it was BBC and Ant and Dec and more ITV. I don't know, but unless I'm just misremembering from my childhood, and it's like I wanted it so much that I just imagined it. Okay, Gladiators. Right, we'll start with OG.
S.
OG S. Sky Reboot.
B.
E, C. Not liked it. And then BBC Reboot.
I'd say C just because I don't like Barney.
I'm gonna go B as well. But like OG, obviously the best. I keep forgetting the name of what Wolf's real name's. Eric something.
Van Voik or something like that, I think.
Wolf. Gladiator. Michael Van Wyck.
Wick, there we go. I was close.
But like that's the one gladiator that everyone remembers.
I'm going for fearsome here, but I just
I'm sorry, what?
What I say? Well, the one gladiator that
How
if
did
you're gonna
that-
remember.
How did that
Oh,
happen?
you're talking. Wait, what happened?
I was doing a knockout race and I thought it was fine. I had a boost and I was fine. I'll just use my boost at the start of the next lap to get a big gap. And it turned out I was in last.
Oh, you fool! But yeah, that's like I was saying, Wolf. If people are gonna know one gladiator from Gladiators, it's Wolf, or maybe Jet.
oh, I
Yeah,
don't
from
know if I can
on the
take
men's side, it will
losing.
be probably
Trojan.
It'll be Wolf, and then maybe like Hunter or Cobra,
Trojan is one I always remember.
and then on the
Saracen.
and then on
Women's
the
side,
women's
Jet,
side for the original, it'll
Lightning.
be Jet Lightning.
Panther, but that might just be the reboot. And
No,
Sky.
they both had Panther.
Okay. She was the one who nearly broke her neck.
Yeah, it was really rough.
Yeah. And there was also Amazon. It was Sharon Davies.
Yeah, but we don't
Swim.
talk about her anymore.
Obviously, I'm uninformed.
Very, very turfy.
I'll do a quick Google. Ah, I see. Just from
You
the,
said what?
yeah, I've just seen. Yeah, it's like the first thing on her wiki page.
Will you share?
And then, but there was an Amazon on the Sky reboot as well, and she's a she's like a TV
I'm going
doctor
for
now.
fearsome here, but I just don't feel it.
Mm.
And two of the men's gladiators from the Sky reboot ended up becoming pro wrestlers.
Oh, lovely. I mean, that's a great thing.
Yeah.
What are their names? Do I know them?
I don't know if I can do
It's
this.
Mason Ryan and Nick Aldis.
I've heard of both of them. Nice.
One of them's Oblivion. Nick Aldis was Oblivion. I can't remember what the other one's name was.
Move on. So yeah. We got here Wolf, Trojan, Hunter, Cobra, and then women was Jet, Lightning, and probably Panther.
I'd also
But-
probably. I mean, this is completely personal. I'd probably chuck Nightshade in there as well.
Nightshade, yeah, that's a good one. Or for me, the men's Saracen. Yeah, for women, mainly Jet. And Udale. Well, I actually do know the real name of.
Yeah, isn't
going
she
for-
like a therapist now?
Maybe. Okay, going for golds, I might actually chuck in not enough context. I remember this being insanely biased towards people, because this was like a quiz for people around Europe to take part in, but the questions were all like UK based, UK centric.
And obviously, the questions would all have been in English.
Yeah, that too. Right, oh boy. It's time for Golden Balls. Apparently this is getting redone or something. It's being brought back or something.
I've not heard anything about that, but Golden Balls was so good.
I mean, it was, but then thinking back, it's like... There's no skill in this game whatsoever.
I mean, there is at the end, because it's all game theory. It's
But
the
I
prisoner's
still-
dilemma at the end.
Yeah. I still think it's going to have to go D, but...
What is this show about?
So the TLD, so you get there's golden balls with various cash amounts. They're like the ones you like split in half. You tilt the top bit up to show what's inside.
They sort of look like Pokeballs.
Yeah,
I'm looking up a picture. Yeah.
and they've got varying cash amounts. And there's also 4 at the start that have the word killer written inside, and they're the balls you need to try and get out of the game. You're assigned 4 randomly at the start of each round. You show the front 2, and then you claim as to what is on your back rows. Right,
Yeah,
right. You
I
obviously
think there was
don't
one
have
that
to tell the
was
truth.
worth like 75 grand.
That's the top one. The top prize is £75. There's been some times where they've claimed to have had it, they haven't believed them, but they were telling the truth, but they got rid of them. And you vote a player out, and all those balls are eliminated from the game. And the next round, they add more money, they add an extra killer ball, do the same again. In the third round is what? It's spin or win, where you just randomly choose an amount. The first one you get rid of, the second one you keep. If you
Yeah,
pick a
like,
killer, the last.
I think, yeah,
if you
each
pick a
person-
killer,
I think each
If you pick
person picks one and then gets rid of one.
yeah. If you pick a killer, the last 0 on whatever your total is gets knocked off. So if you got 1,000, you pick a killer, it goes down to 100. There was one where they ended up at like £12.50 or something. Like a really low amount.
Yeah.
And then there was that one time where the prize fund was like 100,000, and the woman stole it all.
Yeah, I said it's the prisoner's dilemma at the end.
So yeah, at the end you get the choice to split the money or steal it. If you both choose split, you split the money evenly. If one of you chooses split, the other chooses steal. The person who chooses steal wins all of it. If you both choose steal, you both win nothing, and the game was a waste of time.
I just saw the thumbnail for that, I think, moment that you were talking about, and the guy looks so devastated.
I fucking would be as well. How could you sleep at night? You just stole £50,000 from someone.
She looks so guilty.
Isn't there one episode, I can't remember if this actually happened or not, where one of them essentially said to the other one, I am going to steal, so select split, I will steal, and I'll just give you half when we're backstage, when we're done.
Genius.
I also remember one where it was like, one of the people playing was a student, and the other person like specifically told them to steal the money because they needed it a lot more than they did.
Why wouldn't you just split it and then just give them your winnings? Is it too tempting?
Hider in the House. Also, it was Jasper Carrot who hosted Golden Balls.
Oh, I don't know if I
I remember
can
watching the
take
first
those.
episode. I really liked it, but yeah, looking back, it wasn't that great. Hider in the House. This is like where kids have to quote unquote hide a celebrity in their house without their parents knowing about it.
Yeah, I do remember this.
Only one
This-
group ever won it, I believe.
Wait, what do they win?
Family holiday, probably, or something. Like weird challenges.
Yeah, this sounds like a weird show.
Yeah,
It is
because
a pretty.
I remember one episode. The only reason I remember this is because there was one episode with what's her name? The woman who played Tracy Beaker.
Danny Harmer.
Yeah, there's one episode with her in it. That's the only reason I remember the show at all.
They should get like Shaquille O'Neal.
Could be.
Try to hide Shaq in your house.
Could be. Right. Hole in the wall. S tier. Moving on.
Heck yeah.
I mean, there's still so many to rank, so I should probably just move on. What were history's gory games? The end of this was pretty much Golden Balls again. This is Dave Lamb, the narrator of Dine With Me. This is probably against between C and D. Go C. Instead of like cash amounts, it was like years. AD add to your total. BC takes away, so you could end up with like 10,000
I
BC
don't know if I can do this.
as one of your amounts. Okay, fucking Richard Osman's House of Games.
This goes into that group of it's inoffensive enough, and it's fine.
I really want to chuck it in D. I used to watch it a lot, and then I realised Osman really fucking annoying.
Just whatever tier you end up thinking about putting in, move it up one purely because there's a round called Richard's Junk where he tells them to look at his junk.
Well, that's the reason to lower it. I suppose.
This is see,
Yeah.
this tells us a bit different about how we think about things differently.
Yeah.
I find
don't
that
like-
hilarious. You find it
hate the-
odd.
I hate the fact that the last round is always the same. Is that the nice round is actually awful. It's like, it's otherwise known as the Richard tells you who to give the points to round. Really good rounds are like the Rich List, which we used. Fun fact, that's where we got Taskmaster. You know the task game where it's like everyone picks an answer to a question. If you've given the same answer, you get no point.
Is that where you got that?
That comes from this show.
Nice.
Right, I'll go C. Fine, I'll go C. This is a show that introduced me to Mae Martin. And yeah, I'll thank it for that. Okay, Impossible. Now that's actually good. That is actually D. It's like
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
pretty good.
I quite like Impossible.
I really don't. One of my best mates was on it. I watched maybe one episode on it. I really don't care for this show at all. So you get given a multiple choice. One's the correct answer, one is wrong, and one's the impossible answer, meaning it couldn't possibly be that one.
Yeah, because it's like
So there's
a Venn-
just two wrong answers.
no, because it's
Yeah.
like a Venn diagram where you get given two criteria. One fulfills both. One only fulfills one, and the third answer fulfills neither. So, for
And
example,
you've got to
it would
avoid
be
the one that
like
fulfills neither.
yeah. So it would be like a showrunner with a 130, and then it would be like Homer of Steel, me, and then like I don't know.
Me.
No. The three things would be Homer of Steel, me, and then like and then like David Tennant.
Then there's
Because
Yeah.
because because Homer of Steel will fulfill both a showrunner with a 130. I'm a showrunner, but I don't have a 130, and then the third answer would be someone who isn't a runner of Shaw.
you have a 1-3x.
That's a sub 130 is what I meant.
Now,
Ah, okay.
or like Simpsons character. Which Simpsons character did X things? Is it Bart, Flanders, or Stewie Griffin?
Huey Griffin. Let's
Example.
go.
Yeah, it's that kind of idea.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about. In for a penny, F tier.
F.
I've never even watched it. F tier. Look at that Stephen Mulhern clogging up F tier. It's essentially like you put in, he goes around to the public, you pay him a penny, you get to take part in his game. You could win £1,000.
Yeah,
Used
there
to be
are a
on
few.
thing
There
on
are a few other.
Saturday
like-
Night Takeaway.
Yeah, it's basically imagine the inoffensive TV show thing, but instead of being at like 4 o'clock on a Wednesday, it's prime time Saturday night, and it's rubbish. Because like they've got things like if you correctly guess higher or lower on these three parts of your shopping, you win your entire shopping bill. If you get the exact, if you tell them how much money you want to put in your car with petrol, and if you get it exactly right, they'll pay it for you. Like it's not good.
Yeah, it was a slot on the Antideck Saturday Night Takeaway, and that's fine. Have a 5-minute slot for it there. Keep it there. But don't make a whole half an hour, 45-minute show based on it.
Yeah, I actually forgot it was originally Saturday Night Takeaway and then became its own thing.
Okay, In It to Win It. This is the Dale Winter.
This
lottery
one
thing.
was so good.
I really didn't. I thought it was really boring. And this is another one where it's possible you could turn up and not do anything.
What? Oh, like the wheel?
I'm
Yeah,
going for
'cause it was-
fearsome
it-
here, but I just
person
don't feel it.
who comes over to like play is chosen at random every time,
Yeah, and there are
Possibly.
2 or 3 of them sat next to each other at a time.
and it could be that you could be sat on the side that does nothing for the entire game.
Is this like minute to win it at all?
I don't know exactly how minute to win it works.
You get a minute to do like a really funny thing with like ordinary objects.
No, it's
No,
not
then.
that. It's like
Okay.
3. I think it was like four or 5 people were sat, like in just sat there waiting to be picked. 3 of them would be picked at random, and they'd go over to a different side of the set and would answer questions. If they got the question right, they stayed. If they got it wrong, they'd go back to the other side, and a new person would be drawn from from everyone that was left, and it would keep going like that until the end of the game, when one person would win money.
I really just did not give a shit. It's better than. It's better than pretty much everything I've put in C tier, so I guess I'll give it B, but I really don't. But looking at what's in C tier. Okay, Interceptor. Okay, I really like this show, and nobody knows a thing about it.
Yeah, I've never heard
Interceptor.
of it.
This
Same.
is essentially the Channel 4 show Hunted, but it's a game. It's more of a game show. So this is with. It's also kind of like Treasure Hunt. So this is with Annabelle Croft, the tennis.
Yeah, I know who she
presenter,
is.
Yes. You get 2 contestants. They're like separated from each other, like a few miles apart. And they have 40 minutes to find. So they get given a backpack, like a big metal, almost like a briefcase, but as a backpack. One of them has £1,000 in it, the other has nothing. It might have been £2,000, I don't remember. But yeah, it was actually just one. But you have 40 minutes to both find the key that unlocks your suitcase and to find each other. You get given like a map with like the clue to where your key is. But Chasing Your Time is the interceptor. He knows where your starting positions is, and he's trying to like essentially zap the back of your suitcase with essentially laser tag.
I'm going for fearsome
If
here,
he
but I
zaps
This-
the back, if he zaps the back of your backpack, it stays locked permanently. The key won't open it. So it's trying to complete your challenge while avoiding him all the time. There are only 7 episodes.
I'm not surprised. It sounds rubbish.
I really liked it. I did really like it. I'm still going to go and put it in like B. I really liked it, actually.
It just sounds too like, especially because it's 1000s. This is probably what? This is probably
Late.
in the 90s.
This is like, yeah, early 90s, I think.
Yeah.
Google it.
Yeah, this is really convoluted. It feels like there's this new technology. How can we incorporate it into a game show?
It was a Russian version of this? Holy.
Channel 4? And it's ITV. Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked it, but yeah, there were only 7 episodes, as I said. So yeah. So yeah, 1 season, and in 1989, a New Year's special 1990. It was made in between Treasure Hunt and the Crystal Maze. Yeah.
But the thing is, right,
Public-
I actually think a concept like that would almost work better now.
I don't know if I can do this.
Eponymous Inceptor was played by actor Sean O'Kane. 28 episodes, 1 series, and an unaired test pilot. A public vote on UK game shows in 2002 saw the series voted the UK's 13th best game show. Yeah, I liked it. Cancellation. Inceptor was never recommissioned for a subsequent series. And so, yeah, it says, yeah, they just never commissioned another series. Despite its termination, Interceptor retains a cult following. Eaton series occasionally returned to along with was Sabermete's treasure hunt crystal mate. Yep. Yeah, I really liked it. Attempted US version, there was a pilot but not picked up as a series. I liked it. Not the most popular show ever. Still really like Jeopardy.
Is this just the British version with Stephen Fry, or is this actually the US version?
This looks like the US version, but we'll include.
Classic.
It is a classic.
What's a hoe?
Someone on a different game should say, "What are gymnastics?" This is not Jeopardy. All right, is the answer Jeopardy? Oh. It's between S tier and A tier. For longevity, it would go S. I mean, it probably still will go S. Jeopardy. You know, Alex Trebek was a legend. God rest his soul.
I don't know how old this show is, but I feel like it's foundational.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the biggest game show in the US, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Like, you've got in my
huge.
head, as far as US are concerned, the US is concerned, you've got like a big three, and Jeopardy is one of those.
1964.
What are the other two?
Family
curi-
Feud
Family
and Wheel of
Feud.
Fortune.
Yeah, that's fair.
A group of pill pushers?
This is Wheel of
Oh
Fortune,
my
Joe.
god.
Presented by Art Fleming and Alex Trebek. George Alexander Trebek.
I'm going for Philly,
Group
but I
of
just
pill
don't
pushers.
Yeah, it was a toss-up, and he buzzed in early instead of group of pill pushers.
This is Wheel of Fortune.
That's so
Yeah, it is
good.
now hosted by Ken. It's the record-breaking contestant. Yeah, it's easy S tier, I suppose.
Yeah, that record-breaking contestant, he's the one who said, "What is a hoe?"
Nice.
Which name? What this long-handled gardening tool is also name used for an immoral pleasure seeker. He said, "What is a hoe?"
I mean, he's
That is a
right.
great question. Yeah, that's a great question.
I guess, yeah, S tier.
I just want to point out, hoe wasn't the correct answer.
I know, it was Rake. But yeah. Okay, Jungle Run. This is like kids' Crystal Maze.
Is this
and
Michael
Tech
Underwood?
Jungle.
No, is that his
Michael
name?
Underwood. Yep, Michael Underwood, and then some other guy from CBBC did it as well.
I couldn't remember his name. All I could remember in the moment, fully remember his name. All I knew was his Mr. Angelica Bell.
Are they actually? I keep forgetting them. It's between A and B. We'll go A. We'll go A. Hey, this is another one you should probably look up, Kane. So it's great. Okay, Anton Deck's Limitless Win. You wanted to apply for this with me.
At one point, yeah.
Because you can, well, as the title suggests, there
Yeah.
is no limit to
Yeah.
how much you could win on this.
If you have infinite knowledge, you can win infinite money.
but I just don't feel it.
Like there's a
But
there's
but
a
if you
dude
make
who, because he knew the year that Country House released, he won like £1 million.
1990
He won like £1 million.
1994.
Yeah, that won him like £1 million.
Nice. But it's like you get a certain amount of lives and you lose one for every like year or every one you are out of the correct. The answer is always a numerical answer.
But you can't go over.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can't go over.
No, you can't go over, or you lose.
If you go over, you lose, and for every one you're under, you lose a life.
And if you're spot on, you get 5 lives.
There's also other chances to win lives as it goes on. Correct.
Yeah, no. Like, yeah, there's a beginning round where every question you get right, you earn 5 lives. But during the actual main game, if you get an answer spot on, you get 5 additional lives.
I mean, it is pretty. I mean, I haven't watched it much, but it does seem pretty like intense.
Yeah, like the first like I don't know, 2 or 3 questions are normally like
Easier.
yeah, more common knowledge, but then it gets more and more difficult.
Between A and B. Might go B just because I know less about it, but
Yeah, it's a
where
bit
would you...
like it's not like the format sort of. It's quite bare. There's not really a lot going on, and it uses the financial aspect to draw most of its tension.
One question I remember from the episode I watched was in that scene in Love Actually, how many like cards does the guy hold up at the door to Keira Knightley?
I would have absolutely no idea. I'd probably guess like 12.
7.
13.
Oh man.
One out. So Seasoner would have only lost 1 life. Kane, you would have lost 6 lives.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have imagined it would be very many, because otherwise the scene would go on too long and it'd be boring. But it's an iconic thing, so it can't only be like
Cards,
3.
that's the one. Few cards. Mastermind. The S tier. Moving on. Clive Myrie era would be like B. Maybe C. Agnes Magnuson and John Humphreys both S.
I'm going for
Clive Anderson hosted this on the Discovery Channel for a bit. And the 2 Ronnies, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah. Your name, please. Good evening. In your first round, you were chose to answer questions before they were asked. This time, you have chosen to answer the question before last. Is that correct? Charlie Smithers. So essentially, Kane in that sketch, he's always answering the previous question. Is what's happening. He answers the previous question.
In a way.
Yeah,
Roast
so
speaking pig Latin.
yeah. So if I asked you what's 2 plus 2, and then I asked you how many fingers do you have, you would have to answer 4.
4. That's absolutely correct. So,
Wait, what would I answer for the first question though?
you would just say nothing, or you would just say.
Okay.
What's that button? What is the difference between a donkey and an ass? One's a trade union leader, the other's a member of the
I
cabinet.
just don't feel it.
Complete the Shakespeare quotation: "To be or not to be." They're both the same. What is Bernard Manning famous for? That is the question. Etc. etc. That's a great set. Alright, Mr. and Mrs. I don't think I've ever actually watched it. There was a celebrity episode with John Higgins as on the snooker player.
They actually did. They had like a long run of celebrities. The celebrity one went on for a while.
And like this is essentially like you have to predict what your
It's the
partner's
new-
going to ask certain questions.
It's the Newlywed Game, but
Yeah.
it's
In the
not.
US, yeah, it's the Newlywed Game. Kind
Yeah,
of.
but our version doesn't use exclusively newlyweds.
We'll go between A and B. Maybe A. No.
Is that show still a thing in the US? I genuinely don't know.
Could be. I'll Google it. Was it the Newly?
All the clips I see from it are from like the 1980s.
Were you scared?
Okay. First episode, the final episode was in 2013.
Oh.
Yeah, like there's a question where the how many decades has your mother lived is a famous one.
10 decades. I think I actually suppose I don't know what a decade is, so 40 should be 10 decades.
And then, what's the weirdest place you've ever had the urge to make whoopee?
I can't remember.
His answer was in the car. She says in the ass.
Wow.
I remember one. So, what's something your neighbours have more than you do? Cars. She said you have more grass. Well, there was another one. Which like, what would your husband say is his favourite rodent? What's a rodent? Is saxophone?
What?
I know.
Or
Yeah, it makes sense.
what's the last thing you commemorated? Well, we can't have kids, but once a month we commemorate.
Wow.
It's the one. Also, what's your husband's favourite crustacean? Lobster. She said, stuff that is in your eyes. Like after you wake up. Stuff that's in your Okay, so yeah, we'll go beat it for Mr. Missing. Okay, we'll start with OG Ninja Warrior.
The Japanese show.
Yeah, S tier.
That one's so much better.
Go. Well, fuck it. We'll go S tier. And then UK like D.
Is it really that bad?
It just
It's
doesn't have the.
great.
It's just like
It isn't the same.
it's just a bit bland.
Really the same. Plus, is it Rochelle Humes hosts this,
It was it?
or is it Marvin?
It was Ben Shepherd and Chris Kamara. I don't know what happened after Chris left.
I hope it wasn't fucking Alex Scott.
I don't think so.
I think it was Rochelle Humes. She's coming up a bit later. We've got the hit list coming up.
I actually don't mind that show.
I used to not mind it, and now I hate it. Where is it? There it is. Anyway. Okay, never heard of this one. Only Connect.
No, I don't think I know that one either.
S tier, moving on. S tier, moving on.
Yeah,
Let's
for the one
show-
person who, if there's anyone who doesn't understand, I assume even Kane gets it at this point. Yeah, he's been on it.
Yep.
We joke
I'm
that
getting
neither
up.
of us know it because Sam's been on it and I want to go on it.
Yep, I'm showing Kane the receipt right now.
I think Tim's told me about this, but I never knew what show it was.
That I can.
Are you showing him?
272 now.
Are you showing him your music question reactions?
They keep changing which episodes are even available. Only our third one is now. Well, here's one music reaction then.
Yeah, because there are 6 questions in the first round, and only one of them is a music question. So in theory, if you're in 3 episodes, you might not even get. You're going to get either 1 or 2. He was in 3 episodes, and I believe he got 4.
Because there's a music sequence here as well. It's like we all have 3 different reactions. Oh, Stephen, come on. And look at Andy on the left. His reaction is he just smiles.
He's accepted defeat at this point.
I still quiz with Andy every week. Well, pretty much every week in the online quiz league. I mean, yeah, we did lose this game. Like, we played this team in our previous game, and like, the only reason we won is because I had an incredible missing vowels round. Not to brag, but that was pretty much the reason we won that. In this game, the other team, they just completely outplayed us. Like, yeah, disappointing to lose, but you know what, they were the better team. They probably should have beaten us in the original game anyway. I mean, they got 5 points on this question.
Is this the
Round
dice?
2, yeah.
Is this the dice question?
Yeah, it is. Round 2, you have to say what the fourth in a sequence is of clues. The fewer clues you see, the more points you get. And they name the fourth after just the one clue.
I'm sorry, is that guy wearing a King of Spades Magikarp shirt?
Yes, he is.
What the heck? That's pretty baller.
Like, oh, nice freeze frame. But yeah, they like absolutely deserve to win. Come on.
Come on.
Thanks, Steve. Fucking David Bowie song in music question here.
Yes. Was it Beauty and the Beast?
Beauty and the Beast songs that show in those Disney films, and I showed off my David Bowie fanboy knowledge. it's the first song on the album, Heroes. Yeah, SCR. I've watched every episode since the final. Every episode, not. The first episode I ever watched was the final of Series 7, and that was probably back in 2013.
Yeah, and then you've said that I never remember which one it is, but you said I think the first one I watched was the first episode of series 10.
Which is the first one on BBC Two. They do one series a year now. Let me think. So this year will be the start of series 21. There's 4 years between. So series 10 would have been 2014. 1930. So 20, like late 2012 would have been the first. Wow. I've been watching this show a lot. Like, I've watched every episode since. I've watched pretty much every other episode on YouTube. There's probably one or two I haven't seen.